Hello, my name is LaCharles James. This is the fourth in a series of videos explaining how to carve wooden masks. This video is on sandpaper, files, and rasps. Files, sandpaper, and rasps are used after you've completed the carving with the gouges and knives. The files, sandpaper, and rasps are used to take out the gouge and knife marks, finish the contouring process, and finish the wood so that it is smooth to the touch. This is a rasp. See if I can get you in closer on this. And if you see this, it has 4 different textures on each side, depending on, and you can use them depending on how aggressive you want to get with the wood in terms of contouring and removing some of the larger gouge marks. Now they have a number of different rasps that you can use, and choose them in terms of how efficient they are and how they feel in your hands. They have a lot of other different kind of files, and you can see by this contour of this particular file that you can use it in a lot of different kinds of situations. Now they have smaller files. Then these are good. You can see the different kinds of contours on them. This one has a flat bottom on the flat side, pointed in. Good for lips, eyes, around the mouth, noses, ears. You can see the contour of this file. They have a lot of different kinds of contours, and they make it especially useful in getting the shape that you want. Okay, now that you understand the use of files and rasps, let's take a look at the sandpaper. Now the sandpaper comes in various grits. The heaviest grit starting at 100, and the finest grit starting at 600. Now the heaviest grit sandpaper, real coarse to the touch. Now what I do is get different pieces of wood. I use like dowels because they're easy to shape to the hand. You can wrap the sandpaper around the dowel, and you can apply a lot of pressure. Okay? Now, when you're using finished, completed sanding with a 100 grit sandpaper, what you would do is get a shop vac or a brush and brush the sand off, the dust off, and use a tack rag. This is an oily, you can buy them at Home Depot. They come in a little square pack. And what this does is remove the dust, the sanding dust. When you've removed the dust after you completely sanded it with 100 grit, you'll see places that you've missed, and you should go back over those places that you missed with the 100 grit sandpaper. The next grit, now there's in-between grits between the 100 and the 220 grit, but the 220 grit is sufficient to get to the next level that you want to get to. And you can see that the number of the grit is on the back of the sandpaper. You'd apply the 220 the same way as you did the 100, and don't forget to take the dust off and to look to see where you've missed sanding. Now, when you're sanding, it's good to use protection. You do not want to breathe in the sand, the dust. Okay, so no matter how much you're doing or how little you're doing, you should be wearing some kind of filter for your nose. There are dust collectors that you could look at later on. This helps a lot in terms of keeping the dust down. So once we've finished the 220 grit, we've removed the dust and used the tack rag, then we go back over it with the 320 grit. Now the 320 grit is it's a softer, less coarse grade, and when you finish with a 320 grit, it should be completely smooth and ready to finish. Now there's several other grades you can go up depending on the finish you want. The 320 is good. You can go up to 400. What I like to do is when I really want a nice finish on a piece, I will go to the 400, but because I want to finish it, it's a hardwood and I want to finish it naturally, and what I will do is use a 600 grit sandpaper. This is a wet dry sandpaper, and I'll use it with Watco oil and mix it with beeswax, and I'll rub it in, smooth, sand it with the 600 grit, rub it in with the 600 grit until it is completely rubbed in, and you'll find that once you've completed this process, you'll have a mirror surface. That it's very hard, and I usually do that with hardwoods. I don't do that with softwoods. Later on we'll get into a discussion on woods, different types of woods to use, and that should do it. Alright, thank you very much for visiting the Carver's Place, and stay sharp. See you next time. Bye bye.